Good girl.
Okay.
Good girl.
There's Gracie.
It didn't take me long to give her respect, because that was almost just about grabbing the leash when she was fine, just walking a little bit, but she's nervous, anxious, and I want for her to trust me. So right now we're just bonding while maintaining the respect. So she needs to know she can't run off after squirrels or other dogs or deer. Insecure when you walked up to us.
Right.
But she didn't do anything.
Nope.
But she's not comfortable. Still not comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Not comfortable with me and not comfortable with you. Let's see, I want to avoid the sun, so maybe we should
head back towards the... Just a trust building walk. We haven't been here but 10 minutes maybe. The walk's important for you for several reasons, eh?
The walk is the most important thing. Squirrel.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Go.
Good
Okay.
girl. Good girl. Okay, I prefer using this training leash rather than the harness because it, for those familiar with horses, it's like a tool. It's what kind of bit you would use. So it's a sharper bit. It's like a sharper bit. It's a sharper leash, but it also gives me a lot better contact with her. I can use less force. If I use a harness and she pulls, I can't reach her good. I will need to pull harder back. If she pulls with this one, I can hold it in 2 fingers. So the touch and the contact between me and her is a whole lot smoother, softer, and I want her to be soft. So obviously I wouldn't use a tool that would make me have to pull her hard. I'd want to use a tool that I can use softly so that she can respond the same way. So it's not, even though it looks like it's tight, it's not tight. It's actually perfect so that if I do tighten it, she'll feel it, but I can loosen it so she gets her reward. So she's slowly relaxing. The respect between us is there, but she doesn't trust me yet, so that's what we're working on. And gaining. Right, Gracie?
Yeah.
Oh, good girl. Good girl. That was the first time she moved toward me just to kind of say hi, you know, in a way like I trust you a little bit. Not in a disrespectful way. Come. Okay. Was it that way or that way?
To the left.
Glancing back at you, she's not comfortable with men.
Right.
She's scared. That has nothing to do with hating, or it has to do with fear.
Yep.
We're not doing anything. So in fact, you just being here and being near her is helping her. A why some dogs can react to a man but not a woman can be many different things. It can be the fact that they have been abused by a man in the past. Of course, men smell different than females, and that's something that not a lot of people think about. But of course, a woman will smell like a woman and a man will smell like a man. That testosterone, they sense it, and that can be threatening to them for many different reasons, like abuse in the past. But it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be. But so we don't know anything about Gracie's past, so we're just treating Gracie like Gracie is today. And we're seeing what Gracie can become, and we're focusing on that instead of what has been. Because that is irrelevant to her today.
Right.
Good girl. Good girl. Do you want to come up beside us?
Yep.
It's also important to not look at her all the time when I'm walking. I'm looking where I'm going and I'm feeling her. I know what she's doing all the time because I feel her, feel where she is and what she's doing, what she's thinking of. But I'm not looking at her, because if I keep looking at her, to her it will be like me looking to her for direction instead of her looking to me for direction. We're going that way. It's something I'm telling her by looking that way.
Right.
So she has to look the same way and go the same way, and don't think so much about everything that's around her. But just focus on where we're going. Like Gracie. Come. It's also hot. She's not used to being out walking much these days. She's like, we're feeling the same way I am. A little hot and a little tired. These hills are steep. Come on, dear. Sweet dog.
She's people, especially females. I see you, Mommy.
Wait. Oh, she's hot. Yeah, baby. That felt good. She's still not sure about him being around. I mean, she is unsure of other people. Or she's not a confident dog.
No.
You know, she may be a dominant dog with other dogs, but she's not a confident dog. So she's insecure.
Yeah.
But she's giving him respect now by turning her back
Mhm.
to him. You know, she's like, I'm not noticing you.
Yeah.
So I realized that I'm not supposed to chase you away from here. But she's not comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You got to see that even though she's doing that, her behavior all the time when walking was not one of, hey, I'm so happy, because I told her what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
I didn't just walk there with her, but I said, hey, you're actually not allowed to do that. And immediately, literally, once I rounded the corner, she was like, I'm not going to pull, I'm not going to do anything,
Yeah.
I'm just going to do whatever you tell me to do, but I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
And not because I had heard her, but likely because this was unusual to her in a way, and she doesn't know if she can trust me yet.
I've been telling her she's gonna have visitors all day.
Yeah. So that's what we need to. When I have her full trust, it will be also easier to. And that's a little hard when I can't bring her home.
Yeah.
But I'm going to need to have her trust to be able to work with her, because you can work with a dog and have the dog's respect, but if you don't have its trust, it's not going to learn from it. So she's a little subdued.
Was that a good walk? Was that a good walk, Mama?
So if you could pull that leash up so I don't have to lean down.
Trust building.
Okay, we just passed the dog
We haven't been
in
here
the
for 10
movie
minutes.
there, so she barked a little bit at the dog. Or she didn't bark at the dog. The dog barked at her, she looked at it. She didn't do anything.
Nursing here, so
Walks
keeping the
report
view
every
PG.
year. For several reasons,
Oh, there's a squirrel.
Yeah.
So you see, she doesn't need much. She listens to me and listened to me so well that I barely had to do anything to get her focus away from the squirrel. You don't see it there, but the squirrel was running around on the ground right next to us, and it didn't run away. So it was there all the time, but she was calm. She was really calm. So, which...
Let's see, and the additional movie is
an iPhoto.
here.
Okay, I prefer using the screening leash rather than the
Yeah.
Where's the full screen? For those familiar with
Okay.
horses, it's like a cool, some kind of bit you would use. So it's a sharper bit. It's like a
I'm
sharper
just explaining here why I use the leash that I use. I love it for training, you know. I wouldn't use a harness. It takes much longer to get the message through, if you even get it through. And you can see there how I'm holding the leash. I'm holding it between two fingers. I do not have the leash wrapped around my hand, because it transfers energy from me to the dog. And when I hold it like I do there, I'm saying to her that I trust her. I'm saying that I'm in charge, and I'm not worried about not being in control. If I was worried about not being in control, I would have had it wrapped around my hand, right? Because I would be worried about what would happen if I met someone. If I would I be strong enough to hold her, right? But I'm not worried about that, which is why I'm holding her like that, and which is also why she's not pulling worse. Slowly relaxing. The respect between us is there, but she doesn't trust me yet. So that's what we're looking at. I'd like to just fast forward a little bit here because there's not much interesting to talk about here. See, she's walking just on a loose leash, still no tension. Occasionally she may stop and look at something, but I'm just walking, so she follows me fine. I don't have to pull anything, I just keep walking, basically. She's just, again, telling her that I'm confident in where I'm going. And it's also making her trust me, because she knows that this is an insecure dog, so if I was stopping all the time and looking, or looking at her, I would be telling her that I'm insecure too. And I don't know where we're going, and I'm looking to you, Gracie, for direction. And that's not going to make her trust me, and it's not going to improve her confidence. So we are, hang on, go back a little. Here we are back outside her pen. You see Savannah, her foster, is coming towards us, so she's pulling toward her, and I'm just correcting lightly. You can see that I'm not holding any harder on the leash. I'm just tightening it a little bit, lifting it a little bit up. She's pulling towards Savannah too, but it's important that I follow through and I don't let her pull. So, which is why I'm stopping her from pulling here, from pulling it through me. I want her on the same side that I had her on. And then I'm walking in, and I'm letting her go as we're in. And then she goes straight in the pool. So, yeah, really, really sweet dog. As I said, she's an insecure dog. She's had incidents with aggression towards men, and she's attacked several dogs on several occasions. I don't know if that is sufficient to say that she's dog aggressive. She's insecure, and the aggression comes because of insecurity. She's nervous, anxious. So our plan of action is to build her confidence, to make her trust me. Things like this, very, very hard to do on a once-a-week basis. We ideally would have her at the house. We don't live so that we can have her here. Ideally would have her closer to us, because her foster lives far away from us, over 50 minutes by car. So it's not a trip you take every day. And so yeah, with a case like hers, trust building, which is not something that happens in an hour, and also consistency, routines build trust. So to have routines, so I said routines are important to build trust, and also it's like with kids, routines, consistency, and it just shows them that you are in charge. Because if there's any break in the consistency, what would you call that? Is that okay?
Yeah, consistency, the routine, the structure.
Like if there's a break in that, then they don't know how to relate to you, because they don't know if you're going to do it one day and not the next. No. So if you have severe trust issues, it's very important that you do the same every day. You cannot stop doing that. If you one day do something else, they can. This is not that severe of a case, because she lets people up to her and stuff like that. She's not a bad case at all, but it's still the same plan of action, same method to rehabilitate her. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what we can do. We had our second chance rehabilitation center for dogs. If we'd had that now, I would have definitely pulled her in there, and she would have likely been very quick to rehabilitate. Since we have the time and the place. I don't know anyone. say.
Good job. That's the assessment.